Alright. There's your SSD. Screw is tiny, so I have to make sure it's good. There it is. Fully installed. Turn the computer back around. There it is. Here's our manual, and I'm pretty sure that's everything in there. So, yeah. Alright, now let's move all of that aside and hook everything back up. Now, some things we're not going to plug in, and there's another view of that. We're not going to plug in the 5 terabyte, and we're not going to plug in the USB hub. Instead, we're just going to unplug everything from that and plug it directly into the computer. We're not plugging in our second monitor either. And nor the TP-Link. Connecting this to power. Here's our flash drive. We'll plug that in the back as well. Fix up the screen and turn it on. Gonna have the delete key to go into BIOS. And now we're going to turn on Secure Boot, enable, TPM support, enable, UEFI, save and exit, yes. And now we're going to boot into the boot drive, which I don't remember what key that is. F12 is the key. Alright, as you could see, here's our SSD. I found it. Next. And now we wait. This should be super fast. Well, except the extra loading time. But good news is that it did find the SSD, which is really important. Because on some types of these Acer Aspire Z 24-88 machines, the unit would just not find the SSD. I don't know why. It's just a problem that other people had, and they put in 1 terabyte SSDs. I put in a 500 gigabyte SSD because, or I mean M.2. Well, it's also an SSD because I have the original hard drive, which is 1 terabyte, and my external hard drive, which is 5 terabytes. So I have 6 terabytes of memory. And I don't need a 1 terabyte SSD. So I'm good with... Now, here's the 240 gigabyte SSD. I keep running out of space on this thing. I keep running out of space. There's almost no space on this thing. I can barely even run anything. Even open anything. So 240 gigabytes is not enough for me. And this is the SSD from the Dell, which I temporarily had in the Acer. So 240 gigabytes is no. 256 also no. So, as you can see, we're installing Windows right now. And there's the upgraded 16 gigs of RAM ATEC stick, which was also on a different video. It was on a YouTube short, though. And the screw was bought separately. It did not come in the computer. It was $5 on Amazon for like 10 pieces of different kinds of screw bits. And I chose the one that I need, and I don't need the other ones. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those. But most importantly, zoom in on that a little bit. I'm not sure if I've showed you that yet. So yeah, there it is. And then that's the chipset right there. Here's the CPU. It's a Core i5 7400T, I think. And then as you could see, I printed out a Samsung SSD sticker and put some tape over it to give it that glossy finish, as you could see on it right now, and just taped it to the front of the computer. And I double taped it onto there, like put a tape between a tape. And we're halfway down through the installation. I'm going to talk about the installation a little bit here. So this is Windows 10 Home Edition. I was going to put Pro on there, but it turns out that my computer only has a digital license for Windows 10 Home. So I have to install Windows 10 Home. The fun thing about that is that I will have Acer OEM, which before on the 1 terabyte, the original hard drive, I did not have. I only had a regular install of Windows 10 Home. This is Acer OEM Windows 10 Home. It's for a laptop Swift 3 model, but that doesn't really matter, as both of the Windows versions are almost identical to what these computers would originally come with. So far it's at 76%. And then I'm gonna install the drivers, which are also on the flash drive right now. The drivers are on there, as well as the OS install. So right when it starts up, and it's done setting up, and I'll log into that thing with my Microsoft account, I can reinstall all the drivers, do a restart, and then I can plug in the 5 terabyte, make sure it installs drivers for that, software for the keyboard, drivers for the mouse, which you'll probably already install because they're already connected, USB hub, and then I have to bring the CD up for the TP-Link adapter. Then after the Intel integrated GPU is installed, I can plug in the HDMI for the second monitor. Go ahead and restart now. I hope it put in UEFI. And it did, which is good. As you could see, that is Windows 10. It's also the first version of Windows 11, but obviously I would have done Windows 11 if Microsoft wouldn't have removed a whole bunch of stuff. And not an OEM one, a regular clean install of Windows 10. 11, my bad. But because Microsoft removed so much garbage from there, no. And as a main desktop, definitely no. So that's why I went with Windows 10, and I went with an OEM copy. I was also going to clone the drive, but I decided that if I'm going to transfer all of my files, I might as well just reinstall an OEM copy of Windows 10 without cloning the drive and having a possibility that it won't boot up or something would fail. And as you could see, it got our screen resolution. And
hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help. A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do. Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen. If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in.
alright.
Your region is set to the United States. Is that?
Yes.
Your keyboard is set to US. Want to stick with that?
Yes.
Do you also type with another keyboard layout? Which
Yes.
language do you want to use for your second keyboard layout?
Alright. Alright, after Wi-Fi, we're back. Alright, so now it's probably gonna go through Microsoft account, I think. I tested this copy of Windows 10 OEM Acer in a VM, and there's plenty of garbage that I have to remove, like the antivirus software that will slow down the SSD, and just junk that I don't need. Like, I know that it has free 100 gigs of Dropbox storage. Also, if you want to know where I got the ISO, I got it from Internet Archive on Acer Swift 3 OEM is what I named it. And yes, we want to get the newest version of 10 feature update. Alright, now for the account. Alright, done with the email, now for the PIN. Alright, after the PIN. Yes. Don't have an Android phone anymore. We'll set up OneDrive. I guess. Actually, no, because then it's going to use my microphone and I don't need that. Accept. United States. Next. And this Acer stuff. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay. And no, because I don't need Norton, because I'm gonna get rid of Norton anyways. Almost done now. We just need a few, to get a few things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out. And this is where the final part comes. And yeah, that was a pretty fast copy of installation. As you can see, it's not reading the disk anymore for the flash drive. Okay, we're like halfway there already. Oh yeah, today's February 15th, 2023. Just if you want to know that. So this is the time that I'm installing this. Oh, and here we go. There it is. Oh, it even set the taskbar color. Let's start up Task Manager. We'll look through our things. Of course, graphics drivers are not installed yet. CPU usage is at 100. Makes sense. And install that Edge, 16 gigs of RAM, and there's the SSD. Alright, let's get into here, this PC. Go into here, and then find the drivers. There's the drivers. And here's all the drivers. We'll move that onto there. Now this includes extra software like applications and things. So I'm gonna go through these, gonna have to extract every one of these. And yeah. Setup. Yes. And then I'll just put it on that side of the desktop once I'm done with them. super small, eh? This is ridiculously small. Here's a tape roll next to it. A regular Dollar Tree tape roll. That's how small it is. And yeah. Alright. Okay, shut down. I'm gonna unplug power first. Unplug all of this. And the TP-Link. Now, pick this up. Unplug the SSD. Alright, and now, hold on.